what is up guys, my name is SheaNorse and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm back with another video. And in today's video I finally have a Roblox tutorials episode for you guys, and this one is actually a new version of my old animation play animation kind of script that I actually made for NPCs. Now the reason why I decided to update this is because I actually wanted to make it so that I added a new system in this whole animation thing. I wanted to explain it a little bit better to you guys, and here I am today. So this is the new thing that I'm deciding to create so that you guys can have fun with your animations. So without further ado, in this case I have no worlds or NPCs currently, so I'm just going to create a new base plate. Now as you can see, we have the beautiful looking inlets in this nice looking base plate, but as you can see, we are now in our very own world. And what we're going to firstly do is make sure that we go to plugins and make sure that you have this load character plugin. Now if you haven't already watched any of my other tutorials, the way you actually install plugins is go to find plugins, and you can actually surf through the plugins, and you will probably, the first plugin you will see is the load character along with the realism mod. Definitely recommend that you get this. It's a lot easier and it will help you a lot better. But with that being said, what we're going to do today is we're going to show you, I'm going to show you basically how I've created this new animation system, how it's a little bit better than the last one. It's not like 100% better, but I did add a little bit more code to it just to make it a little bit cooler. Now in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the load character plugin, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in my own name, which is Sheasu, and spawn R15. And as you can see, I have my little Easter outfit, and it looks pretty fantastic as always. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my humanoid, delete all that, or actually make sure that my is R15 is still there. But in this case, I kind of want a nice little fat character for this little thing. And what I'm gonna do is the first thing that I'm going to do is I'll actually have the model in the link in the description below the script, but I also decided to make it so that you guys can copy the script if you are afraid of making the model. So basically the first thing we're gonna do is if you don't want to copy the model, I'm gonna show you how to do this in a second here, but if you are going to go in the description below to take the model, what I'm going to do is basically you'll install it in the description below by clicking on it. Basically it'll look a little bit something like this. It'll say play animation 2.0, which is basically like a better version of my previous animation. As you can see, I can actually delete this from my own inventory. Press yes, reload the page, and press get, and get now, and as you can see, it is now in my inventory ready for this tutorial. Again, I'm going to show you, if you don't want to get this model, I can actually show you how to make this without getting this model. But without further ado, let's just hop back into Studio. So once we have the model, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our view, inside of view, toolbox is opened and properties is also opened, which is this little thing right here. So what we're going to do is actually make sure output is open too. Very important is we're going to go to inventory, and in this case press my models, and as you can see, you will have this play animation v2. Now it'll spawn in the workspace by default once you click on it, and as you can see, we have a settings folder with both enabled and speed and all that kind of stuff. But if you actually want to create this on your own without copying the model in the description below, all you really have to do is go to Shea, search in scripts, and in this case we're just going to name it something like oh wait, I'm renaming my character, whoops. So we click on the script and then we go to name, and we can just name it play animation or whatever you want to name it. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to search for a folder, and inside of that folder we're just going to name this settings, very important. And inside of settings you can go over and search number value, and this number value is going to be called speed. So that's going to be the speed of the animation. Make sure you set the value to 1. Create another bool value, and this one is going to be called enabled, so that'll determine whether it is enabled or not. By default, make sure it's checked so that it actually works. And then we're going to add another thing, and we're going to call this an animation. We don't need to rename this one because I think the name animation works pretty good. But once you have these things finished, I will actually have a comment in the description below with the entire code for this instance. But in my case, I'm just going to click over to the play animation, copy the code, press copy, and then just just paste it into here, as you can see. Now I can just delete the other one because we don't need it. It's exactly the same. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys a few little things that are very important to keep in mind. So let's say, first of all, make sure that this animation is inside of your character. If it is not inside of your character, it'll probably be in workspace, and if you play the game, you can see that if we let the game actually load here in a second. So we're just gonna press run here, and as you can see, if you go into the output and it says no humanoid and it says attempt to index local humanoid, basically what this means is that it is in the wrong place and it does not work. So make sure to check this if the script actually isn't working. But in this case, if we put it back into our character, let's say our character accidentally has no humanoid, like let's say we accidentally delete it and we press run again, as you can see, it says that there is no humanoid. But once we undo the task of deleting the humanoid, press run once more, as you can see, it says success, and for some reason the script kind of broke. Okay, so now one thing I forgot to do is I actually forgot to put the animation ID. That's the reason why the script broke, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that right away. So the way I normally get animation IDs is actually by pressing play right here in the play section, and as you can see, when we go into workspace and click the little arrow right here, you can actually click on your own character. In this case, it's called Shea Egg. Go to the little arrow here and there should be a little thing called animate. Now you're going to copy this and press stop, and then you can just press Command V or Control V depending on what device you use, and as you can see, we now have all of these animations. Now for this tutorial, you can actually just click on any of these arrows right here, and in this case, I'm just going to go to idle, copy the link to the animation ID, and then you're going to go to the play animation script, go to the animation ID once more, and paste it in there in the animation inside of there. And once we hit play once more, as you can see, this time the animation on the character will actually play. So let's press stop. Now that's a basic animation, right? Of course, you probably would like to have the idle animation in your character. In this case, like, I mean, if we press run here, it looks actually kind of cool. But let's say you wanted like a very different type of animation. Now, in this case, we're actually going to go through a bunch of animations here. In this case, let's say I wanted my character pointing. So there's a little bit of a point animation here, and we can just actually press copy, go into animation, paste the animation ID, and if we actually hit run, you can see that our character is pointing as well. So that's pretty cute as well. In this case, we're just going to press stop once more. Now, let's say you wanted to modify the speed of this pointing animation. So in this case, we can actually go to our settings and go to speed, and you can actually change this value to whatever you want. In this case, I'm going to change it to 2, and if you actually test run, you can see how this animation is actually moving faster because we actually adjusted the speed. Now this, I think, was probably one of the things that I definitely missed in my last tutorial. At the time, I definitely didn't know how to script, but let's say we set it to 0.6. As you can see, the animation becomes much slower than before. But again, yeah, you can basically adjust the speed again by going into settings, and if we actually turn off the enabled value, you can also see that the animation will not play. So again, press enabled, make sure that it's checked, and for the speed, you can do the same. Either way, now that that is finished, I'm actually going to show you guys how to get access to other animations. Now, make sure that when you are actually searching animations, make sure that they are animations either owned by Roblox or you, and I'll tell you why later. So in this case, you can actually search up something like the ninja animation, oh my god, I spelled it really wrong. Also, you can do this for R6 animations. I'm not going to show that in this video, but let's say you insert this inside of the workspace. You can actually go into this little animation ninja, whatever you want to call it. We'll delete the other animation since we don't need it. We can actually go to the idle, click on animation 1 and press copy, and then just go back here and paste it in the animation little thing right here. Now again, this is owned by Roblox, not some random person. So if we actually press run, you can see that the animation actually works, which is pretty fantastic. And we can always adjust the speed, make it look a little bit better, but in this case, I think I like how it looks for now. Now let's say you tried to get an animation from somebody else. In this case, let's say you're somebody who likes Fortnite dances and you search something like Orange Justice. Why did I search Justine? Oh my god. So let's say you search something like a Justice, Orange Justice, and you click on this animation right here, and then you go into the animation, and then you copy this animation ID, and then paste it into the animation of your character, and you actually hit run. As you can see, the animation will not work, and it will say animation failed to load in. This is because Roblox doesn't own the animation, and you don't own the animation, which makes it impossible for Roblox to actually, you know, do this kind of stuff here. So in this case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete that script, and what we're gonna do is you can actually copy animations like the Orange Justice animations by getting rigs like this. So in this case, we can actually put this rig into workspace, and as you can see, it says press animation editor and load Orange Justice. And so in this case, if we go to our animation editor and let it load here, as you can see, if we go to file, load, and then press Orange Justice and press load, it'll take a while to load here, but once it's finished loading, you can see how many keyframes are in here because this is actually Blender animation. And basically, once you have all of this done, what you can actually do is press file, export, and then you can actually go to create new, and we're gonna name this Orange Justice, and press finish. And then once it's completed, you can actually copy this animation, and we're heading over to the Roblox site. Alright, so once you're on Google Chrome or whatever you use, what we're gonna do is we're gonna paste this link, and as you can see, it'll actually bring us to the Orange Justice animation that we had previously created. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to copy this Roblox animation ID and head back to Studio. And once we're back in Studio, we're just gonna press OK, press X, and go back to our play animation script, go to animation, and paste the Orange Justice animation once more, delete that rig, and as you can see, if we press play one more time, right here, press run, as you can see, the Orange Justice animation works. We're playing it a little bit slower because again, we have the speed down, but if we actually go to speed, we can adjust this as well. Let's say I want it to be a lot faster. We'll press run once more, and as you can see, we have a nice little fast Orange Justice animation for our NPC or whatever you'd like to use. Either way, now that that is done, first of all, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Again, if you cannot copy this model, it's totally fine. I will have the scripts and everything in the description below so that you can copy that information and do all that kind of stuff. If you have any issues or any errors, make sure you comment in the comment section below of this video to tell me what is up, and I will try my best to help you. Either way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll peace out. See you later.